Okay, the War Within's final patch is here, and it's changing everything about how we will play World of Warcraft heading into the new expansion. We've got a brand new campaign that finally ties the War Within directly into Midnight, with Eretor, the Windrunners, and a massive warning of Quel'Thalas. We've got Housing Early Access, which is the biggest system WoW has added in years, with neighborhoods and decoration collecting with over 2,000 items you can start earning today. A complete overhaul to new player experience, a full returning player tutorial, and even a War Within story recap mode that lets you play through the biggest story moments back to back. A brand new Lorewalking chapter focused on the Blood Elves and Void Elves, Pandaren heritage armor, and for the first time ever, Shadowlands time walking in the turbulent timeways, all with tons of new rewards. And lastly, we got the Brawlers Guild finally returning with new bosses, challenges, decoration, and new mounts. There is a massive amount of things coming in this patch that'll change World of Warcraft forever, and in today's video, we're going to be breaking it all down for you because this is the final update for the War Within. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested for a free epic edition of Midnight World of Warcraft, stick around until the end of the video. Okay, kicking things off with what is basically the last big chapter of the War Within, we have the Vision of a Shattered Sun campaign. This is a three-part storyline built around Eretor and the Windrunner family. It all starts with Verissa getting slammed by these visions of Quel'Thalas, literally falling apart. Now, I'm not going to spoil anything crazy here, but the whole idea is it's Verissa pretty much saying to us, hey, something bad is coming, and this is her warning us. The important thing is, this is a full-on prologue to the Midnight expansion. By the time you're done with this, you'll actually understand why we're heading to Quel'Thalas next, and why this is all so meaningful. There's no big grinds or anything like that, just a pretty tight, story-focused campaign with full voice acting, some cutscenes and stuff like that. More like sitting down for a couple episodes of a Warcraft show rather than doing a bunch of crazy content. You jump around a bit, you see some familiar faces, and it does a nice job of keeping us, grounded and a few steps backwards after the craziness of Ghost of Koresh. About halfway through the campaign, you do also pick up a brand new mount, and you basically just get it for showing up and playing through, so that's very interesting. And if you care about Midnight, if you care about the elves, or just been following the story of the War Within, this is your chance to get a taste of where things are going to amp up heading into Midnight. Additionally, for the first time ever, World of Warcraft is getting player housing in early access. This is easily the biggest system Blizzard has ever added since Transmog. Housing early access starts the second this update goes live if you have Midnight pre-purchased, and they're dropping the full system immediately. You can buy 2 houses per account, one in the Alliance neighborhood, Founders Point, and the other one in the Horde neighborhood, Razorwind Shores. But the real game changer is how neighborhoods work. You have public neighborhoods with random players as neighbors, you have the guild neighborhoods created by your guild master, and then you have charter neighborhoods that anyone can make with 10 signatures as, your own custom community block. Decorating is also, of course, on a completely different level, better than any other MMO that has done housing before. You can place items freely, you can rotate them, you can clip them in and out between each other, size them and scale them as much as you want, and pretty much do whatever comes to your imagination. Launching with over 2,000 decoration items you can start collecting right away, this is a system designed to last countless years into the future. Decoration also comes from everywhere. It comes from dungeon drops, raid drops, reputations, vendors, achievements, crafting, world content, secrets, events, and even older expansions. There's also a new resource called lumber that you gather by chopping down trees across different expansions, and anyone can do it. You use this to craft decorations, and the new decor catalog lets you browse, filter, and track everything you have not collected, pretty much like the Transmog collection system. Even though Blizzard is calling this early access, it's basically the full-on system. You get full customization, placement, decor collecting, neighborhoods, and everything else. The only restriction is that if you don't own Midnight, you cannot buy a house yet, but you can still visit neighborhoods and start collecting decoration for the future. World of Warcraft is finally getting a true stage for role players and lovers of the MMO genre with player housing, and it finally gives WoW a sense of personal space and creativity. Also, here are some creators that are awesome for creating player housing stuff. I'm currently not going to be diving into it too much when it comes to putting out guides and stuff, but there are a ton of passionate YouTubers out there, so be sure to check out some of these examples I posted on screen here. On top of that, one of my favorite features to World of Warcraft is Lorewalking, and it is getting another chapter. We've got a brand new story called The Elves of Quell Thalas. You pick this up from Lorewalker Cho in Capital Cities, and this one is focused on, of course, the Blood Elves, the Void Elves, and basically the entire tragic story of the falling of Silvermoon. Like other Lorewalker stories, it's like a playable recap episode format, so instead of just reading a bunch of text, you're involved in those key moments, transported around the story point, with Lorewalker Cho narrating everything between the major scenes. Something awesome is that you also get a housing decoration reward, which is the Tomb of Silvermoon Intrigue. So if you're looking for a Blood Elf or Void Elf aesthetic in your home, this is going to be great. On top of that, you've got the Pandaren Heritage Armor finally arriving. This is a full questline that sends you back to the Wandering Isle to help clean up the Spirit Festival after everything has gone a bit sideways. You're rallying up villagers, calming down the spirits, and basically fixing this big cultural celebration for the Pandaren. It's a really fun, lighthearted story that gives you, the Pandaren heritage set for both Alliance and Horde, different color variations, as well as the cool little hot air balloon toy that you can ride around on, which I thought was pretty funny. On top of that, there are some new endgame systems to log in and dive into immediately. For the first time ever, World of Warcraft is getting Shadowlands Time Walking added to the Turbulent Timeways end of patch event. Data mining also shows a mountain of awesome rewards such as mounts, pets, iconic weapons, and brand new transmog sets, of course themed around the Shadowlands expansion. I'll show you some images on screen here of what we found so far, but based on previous time walking, expect this all to cost Time Warp badges and expect it to be recolors of some older gear. Like we said, this is going to be part of the 10-week Turbulent Timeways event starting on December 2nd, going through February 10th. If you aren't aware, every week will rotate through a different expansion, and it will work like it did in previous times. There's also a Mastery of the Timeways XP buff that you can earn by running 4 of the Time Walking dungeons, which will shoot your XP buff up to 30%. Additionally, if you complete 5 weeks of this event, you will get a brand new mount voucher. With this voucher, you get to pick one of the 4 Bronze Covenant mounts from the Shadowlands, which are basically bronze recolors of these Covenant exclusive mounts. It's important to note that you can buy all of these mounts later on with Time Walking badges, but the first one you get for free with this voucher. Additionally, coming with this patch is the World Soul Searching Meta Achievement. Some of you out there may already have had all this completed, so the second you log in, you might just get it. But it rewards you with 2 things, the Gear Grinder MK11 mount, as well as the Drained Dark Heart housing decoration item. To earn this meta achievement, you have to have completed the following list of achievements that we have on screen here. A really cool mount to earn here, as well as a Dark Heart trophy to put up in your house, which I thought was fantastic. Additionally, the Brawlers Guild is coming back to World of Warcraft, and it hits 1 week after the patch launches, so it will be out on December 9th. And to keep it short and sweet, they didn't reinvent anything, they just brought it back exactly how people remembered, in which I think is a pretty good thing. You queue up in a line, watch other players fight while you wait, and when your turn comes up, you get thrown into the ring to take on a themed boss with unique mechanics solo. Every boss kill gives you reputation, and there are 8 ranks total, just like previous seasons. Nothing here is time-gated, nothing weird, you can literally just spam it all day if you want, which is great. There's a few new bosses in the mix, a new affix system for modifiers, a new challenge card system that lets you pick a specific boss, and of course new rewards as well as returning rewards. If you've ever done the Brawlers Guild before, you know what we're talking about here. It's a pretty unique solo challenge mode to do with some friends or just casually play. It's kind of just like comfort food, nothing too crazy, just good to have around. On top of that, returning players or even new players are getting some updates in World of Warcraft as well. If you're a returning player who logs in after a long break, the game will now send you into a short Arathi Highlands tutorial scenario the moment you log in. It's a clean little simple walkthrough of the game where Jaina and Thrall take you through the basics. They teach you how to interrupt mobs, go through movement, and just go through basic user interface essentials to help you with everything going on. After you've finished, you get shipped off to the right content for your character's level, and it helps solve one of those big problems for returning players being confused on what to do right when they log in. Additionally, one of my favorite additions is going to be the War Within recap Lorewalking for the entirety of the expansion. The second you hit level 70, you get to dive into the system, and it uses the same engine as Lorewalking. Pretty much, you get teleported around major story moments of the War Within, with everything being curated and narrated for you to tell you everything that's happened throughout the time of this expansion. It's perfect for alternate characters or anyone coming back after missing some time. Once again, I love to think of these lore walking bits of content as like episodes of experiencing story in the game, and I think they are a massive win for clarity and just generally getting people hyped for the next expansion. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, the final patch of the War Within is here in little less than a week, and it's definitely set to change a lot of things for World of Warcraft permanently. A lot of people may think it's just a filler patch, but once you dive in there, there's a lot of things happening between the new story and the lore walking tidbits, the Brawlers Guild, of course, housing and some major feature updates to endgame systems like the Shadowlands time walking. There is a lot happening right before the new expansion. Don't forget, if you all are interested in earning a free Epic Edition of Midnight World of Warcraft, we have a giveaway down in the description below, so be sure to sign up for that. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing or check out one of the videos you see on screen here to stay up to date on all things Warcraft. My name's Sky for the Comeback Kids. It's an absolute pleasure to make content for you all. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.